Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's at skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POD. That's 216-302-8763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com.
Stays Crunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stays.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, Tabrail713.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
Welcome to it, Stays Crunchy Milk, episode 264.
264.
We back at it.
Yep.
Full house, doing what we do. Threatening people, trying to eat lunch.
Oh,
Being tired. Talking to people who don't work the right counter anytime we've ever talked to them.
Did you say hi to her?
We talked for a second, but she was super busy.
Yeah.
Yes, she was. She was behind. What do they call it? Behind the whatever.
The 8-ball.
In the shit. That's what they call it.
Yeah, she wasn't really. She seemed flustered, and she wasn't really talking to me.
Especially after you disrespected her yesterday.
I would have had to have made eye contact with her yesterday to feel like I disrespected her on purpose.
Is that the way you treat all your women?
is there a story behind this I'm not getting?
I feel like if I don't make eye contact, then I can't be held liable.
Fully agree.
Because at that point,
it's
a he said, she said of whether I saw them or not.
But I felt her eyes on you. It was intense. No pretzel bun today?
I never asked, because the other guy just does it.
Yeah.
This is what she did.
That's why he ain't even talking to her now.
You're like, just give me a pretzel bun. So it's a long weekend coming up.
Yep. It's hot, and it's hot in our town.
I'll be at work on Saturday.
It's legit.
I wish I was working Saturday. So tired of not working.
Summer has legit arrived here. We were just discussing. I'm saying how it's that uncomfortable swamp ass heat we get around these parts.
Yeah, I can't wait to move to Montana.
So many white supremacists out there for you to be safe, in my opinion.
I felt that way.
But I don't know.
We have a subject. We're just trying to find a proper transition into it.
I thought we were going to banter at first.
I get all this. We'll edit around.
We don't have any good banter.
It was working.
It's hot.
It's hot. No, it ain't. Not that hot.
It's not hot, my AC.
No shit. And it's like, and people want to go there. People in my house want to go places this weekend, and I don't.
Yeah.
So we can't come to a compromise where you go and take all the kids, and I stay home and watch Netflix.
Man, I love not going anywhere.
Doesn't seem to be a compromise. So you keep two of them.
No, well, I'll keep the ones that don't bug me.
But
yeah, that's the move.
And then she'll say no.
You just don't let them know that they don't bug you. You gotta make it seem like those are the problem.
Take one of the ones that bug you and one of the ones who don't.
We know which ones are different. This is, first of all, it's all based on age. It's not this child's inherently bad. She's a baby. She wants to be picked up all the time. She's fussy, and she's in the peak. I think she's hit a spurt, so she's in peak fussiness right now.
peak fussiness.
Yeah, peak fussiness. So and the ones that are easy, go play in the playroom or you go watch a show upstairs, leave me alone, are going to want to go to my father-in-law's house because he's got a pool.
In above or under?
Above ground.
Above ground?
Yeah.
What do you feel about above ground pools?
I don't know. In-ground pools seem classier because you always see them in movies.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen they're permanent.
I've never seen James Brown jump into an above ground pool.
But that was a hot tub. But in the hot tub, I never seen nobody get laid in an above ground pool either.
there's got to be above ground.
Because you can't
pool
see it.
fucking.
You're looking through, not down.
You're right.
I guess if this is a above ground pool is knocking, don't come. I mean, rocking. Don't come and knock.
Ladder's right there.
If the
Good
plastic
sturdy.
balls are shaking, there is some vibrating.
Yeah,
You can't rock an in-ground pool. That's a good point. So that sticker would never go on an in-ground pool. If this
I
pool's
think
a
we
rocking,
should-
don't come a knocking.
I think we should like get that sticker going. If this above ground pool is a rocket, don't come and knock it. But I mean, then once
I've
some of
never
the poles come out, if like you get like let's say the Hucklebuck, when you got it going like and want that mess up the pool.
It does, and you can't ignore that. So you got to stop mid-coitus.
Yeah,
And,
like
You know how a
fix
lot
it.
of them are just inflatable now.
oh
You probably couldn't even get a good hucklebuck going in that situation.
damn man.
Bring in the wall of the pool, whole thing, like, oh my god.
Oh, it's too much water. Let's let some out.
You can't Hulk fuck in an above ground pool because like that scene in Bad Boys where the pool, the side of the pool collapsed and they all like got washed out.
Yep.
Yeah. But then that's where you ride her like a surfboard and keep going into the next door neighbor's below ground pool. Yeah, but I don't think I would ever get one of those. Like I'm sure I remember we was little. I was at my aunt's house and my we had a classy above ground baby pool, and like the next morning after we had played our little hearts out, it was like somebody had took a knife and cut that bitch. Wow. And then my aunt was like, who did? And it was like she got in an argument with her downstairs neighbor. Like, yo, what are y'all badass kids? Messed up my baby pool. And she was like, well, none of us did it. And then it was like beefing that whole 2 weeks I was there that I can remember.
In-ground pools, another practical one.
Yeah.
They don't leak.
They don't leak. Well, they do. Yeah, they do leak.
Unless the
if they
cement
fucked up.
breaks away and it gets on the ground.
That's bad leaking.
Yeah, because I watch Pool Kings only on the DIY network.
You never seen. You know what? You never see. You never seen above ground pool in a porn.
Too hard to shoot.
He is just really trying to-
That's a good point.
It's hard to shoot.
Well, don't.
That's what I'm saying. It's the whole looking through
Hey.
rather than down thing.
But most
Hey,
of
I
the-
only shoot POV style in my movies, so
GoPro tied to his head.
But all the scenes are most of this. Not most. Not all.
ass
I don't
in
even-
above ground floor.
Yeah, most of them are like next to the pool anyway. So what difference would it make?
I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
I just feel like above.
Okay, half of them are like next to the pool.
Maybe. I don't know.
The pool's just
Yeah, maybe
scenery.
like a cabana chair.
How many people can fit in your father-in-law's above ground pool? Because they're usually
At
just
once?
like, huh?
At once?
Yeah.
I never counted.
Because it's usually about maybe 12 feet in diameter. They really aren't
Okay.
that big.
I guess a dozen comfortably in order to like move around a bit.
Yeah.
But everyone has to move at once. There can't be one person staying still.
Yeah,
roll over.
There's no chilling in an above ground pool. Like it's built for speed.
Well, speaking of adult films, it was just announced that HBO is getting rid of all their adult-themed entertainment and have already done it. Not even they're going to do it. It is gone off all their networks and HBO and their apps.
So they didn't announce it. They just did it.
Yeah,
and
they
did.
then after the
Bye.
fact said bye.
Yeah, they said because they were bought by AT&T back in June that settled, and AT&T is a family-friendly company that they thought they should get rid of that such material on there in a situation.
Game of
This-
Thrones
this-
and all the other HBO shows.
No, because I'm about to say this is a network with Game of Thrones on it.
No, what's the
And
new
Westworld.
show? No, the new show that's on right now, The Deuce.
Okay,
They had a scene where Basset Hound face catches the facial.
What?
Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
he doesn't like Maggie
Oh.
Gyllenhaal.
Well, let's
that's-
call her Basset Hound face because she looks like a Basset Hound.
She's fuckable to me.
Okay.
I like her.
That's
Cool.
So she catches the facial. They actually.
They show like they don't show like the dude. They show the outcome of it.
So,
Unintended.
Oh yeah, good one, Gabe.
so now of course we don't. That means you don't get any real sex or hookers on the point.
Man, Hookers on the Point is so good. I need to find it on Blu-ray.
They are on YouTube. I mean,
So it's not. It doesn't matter if it's jack off material or not. They're just getting rid of it because Hookers on a Point was just interesting. It wasn't jack off material.
Yeah. Well, it's Hookers on. I think that's more of a docu-series, so we'll have to check
That's
that.
true.
We'll have to double check that for all 4 of our listeners.
Unless you're really into audio stimulation, where like they'll sometimes have those scenes where they, film the outside of the car and you hear like sucking sound.
Like when the teacher was on in that scene, that was her name.
When you said audio stimulation, I thought you were talking about like the wave files I had heard back in high school, where it was like someone impersonating Daffy Duck getting a blowjob.
Oh,
Well,
I remember that.
man, LimeWire really gave, didn't it? Bear Share and all this other ones.
I really don't remember getting to 12 o'clock on that. I just remember it being like super interesting. But
That's a new one on me, by the way. I never heard her call getting to 12 o'clock, but that's pretty good. That's pretty great, actually. I'm gonna go upgrade that to great.
okay, me getting upgrades. But I do remember like those late because we did have HBO, and I remember this used to be the trick when because real sex was pretty. It was titillating. But the thing was, on the cable box, you turn your TV to channel 4 or 3 or 2 on the cable. That was before the audio cords and stuff like that. But so we could keep it on HBO on the box, but we put the TV on channel 43 or 19 or 25 or whatever. When my mother walked in the room, like, y'all gotta go to bed in an hour. Yes, Mom. So then we can turn the TV back to channel 4.
I used to do that with the DVD player, and because it ran on like auxiliary or like you said, like a channel.
Yeah.
So I'd have something like 43 queued up on my last channel button.
Yes, that's the trick. The last channel button.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you watching in there, Cavs?
I'm about to dunk that ass. Let's go back.
Out there playing on the West Coast. Yeah, I believe they're playing the Suns. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was like Miss Black Nude. That was so good.
Yeah, I mean it was hit or miss though with
It was
real sex
definitely-
because it's like Miss Black Nude and then it's like nudist colony for octogenarians.
Yeah. Or it was just like I remember it was this one where I used to like the talks in between. I think that was the best part. Like it was just like real sex take 7, and then it had like the people talking. It was like I love giving BJs. I was like, it's ladies out here that love giving BJs. That part used to be the best part to me.
Remember
just the regular people.
Remember when Dave Chappelle did he did a sketch on that and she's like naming all the stuff, the wildest stuff this girl did, and then they go to him like, what's the wildest stuff you ever did? Like, well, fucking this bitch without a condom.
We're done. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it does not appear that Real Sex is on HBO anymore. As I sat here thumbing through the old HBO situation.
I don't think Hookers at the Point was on there.
Hookers on the Point. Yeah. So, like I said, you can get Hookers on the Point. I know it's on YouTube.
They had Cat House.
So
Yeah, Cat House. That was kind of sad to me.
Why was that?
I remember it was this one. It was like a trucker, and like, sex is already kind of intimidating, and you're on camera, and this dude was like, it's like, so what you want, baby? He's like, I want a BJ, and it was just like, I don't know, like 13-year-old Anthony was just like, that's fucking sad. I can't come to this.
We recently saw an article about a robot brothel in Toronto. When I saw that, I was like, go on.
What is it? What do you do at a robot brothel? I wonder.
I'll tell you. In just a moment here, I will fire that.
And I'll need Zayrell to be the voice of reason and say, do not send that information to your wife. She's worried about the robots taking over.
Oh.
And she's like, she might have a good point. They first they ply us with brothels. The humans will learn to trust us through brothels.
So I wonder, is that cheating if you go bang a robot in a brothel?
I will get my wife's input on that.
So this story is from City News, which is Toronto's newspaper.
That's owned by Drake, right?
Faiza Amin, who wrote it. A brothel was set to open in Toronto's North End, but the sex workers won't be real. They'll be high-tech sex dolls made of silicone. Aura Dolls, A-U-R-A Dolls, is launching what it claims to be the first sex doll brothel in North America on September 8th in a plaza on Yonge Street near Shepherd Avenue. That's how you know it's local, because they give you the straight up corner.
I'm not going to ask my wife that, actually.
I didn't think you. That's why I just didn't say anything else because I don't think
Would you like to ask your lady?
This plaza also houses a nail salon, a massage parlor, and a dry cleaner.
Wait. Are the robots giving massages?
Oddly enough, because I read this article, I was like, what the hell? Rub and tugs are legal in certain parts of Toronto.
Every back alley.
So
in every glory hole.
Yeah, you can actually go to some of these massage parlors that they used to advertise in the sports page of a plain dealer.
Man,
Are glory holes illegal? Because it's just a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
We operate.
It's illegal to put my dog
We
through a hole.
operate some of the brothels where guests come in. They have their own room, said marketing director Claire Lee. We have a TV monitor that plays adult entertainment, and a doll will be ready and waiting for you in your room. Names, photos, and descriptions of the dolls can be found on the company's website, along with rates, which range from $80 for one doll for 30 minutes, or $960
That's a lot of money.
or $960 for two dolls for 4 hours.
What the hell? I should be able to have how many dolls I want for $80.
The customers will only interact with the dolls when they visit the business, which will have a private entrance at the back and a buzzer system to exit. Private entrance at the back. That one wrote itself, didn't it? They put their payment down on the counter. They go straight to their room.
Hey, you don't give me the money, buddy. You give it to her.
They'll
Make sure you tip your waitress.
They'll probably not bump into a single person. We don't have staff there, just a camera. The payment is taken at the beginning. You go into the room, do your time, and just leave. The company also encourages the use of lube and condoms and said the dolls will be cleaned after each customer use, using a 3-step routine to get them as clean as possible.
With all due respect, I ain't using no condom. What the hell?
But other people gotta go after you.
So, listen, I paid $80 good damn dollars. You better clean that robot.
Well, 75 cents on the dollar, so actually you paid around, I don't know, like $65 when you think about it.
All right, I don't care if I pay $62.
So Tatum wants the raw dog.
I don't want to do it at all.
Dog,
I'm just saying,
robot.
that doesn't make any sense. Why using a prophylactic on a prophylactic, pretty much?
There's been a real increase in sexually transmitted infections lately, as well as one that is apparently flesh eating.
The 01 virus.
So, strap up, baby. The company also encourages.
Your
the
dick
owners
starts glitching, you're looking at it, and
the owners want to remain
It
anonymous.
gets pixelated.
But Lee said they got the idea to start the business after visiting Japan.
Oh.
While it's believed to be the first of its kind in Canada, sex doll brothels have opened elsewhere in the world, including Europe, where people have raised concerns over the dehumanization and objectification of women.
But there's no women. All right.
At the end, it's just a doll, said Lee. I see it more as a way for men to fulfill their fantasies. We try to focus on the fact that since we have this service for men who have these dark, violent fantasies, instead of putting out the urge to act aggressively, they can do something like this, which is safe for everyone.
I'm a little insulted that they won't assume I would be a gentle lover with the doll.
The doll lasts about 6 months, Lee said, and the customer can do whatever they want with them, with reason, and nothing disturbing. It's just nothing disturbing or violent. When that other sentence said violent, right there, no, it's like it said aggressive. Our doll said it had a request from women for males dolls, which is looking to add them to their roster.
Okay.
The company's incorporated, and the owners told City News they have a business license with the City of Toronto. However, city officials told City News on Monday that the business is not licensed with the city. The owners of the company say they researched the rules and regulations around owning a business of this kind and found that it's completely legal. We found the only rule on anything that relates to what we do is that we can't have dolls that look underage. They can't be under a specific height limit, she said. Besides that, no restrictions. So basically, there is no law that exists. The only way to do something about it is you got to put something on the books. The City of Toronto does license adult entertainment business, such as body rub parlors and adult entertainment clubs, but not sex work or brothels.
I know that you're allowed to touch the dancers in a strip club,
and they do all the way naked. So
I'm not interested in going to strip clubs anymore because I don't want to smell like a stripper.
I like the smell of a stripper.
I don't. I mean, yeah, you like the smell of a stripper at a strip club, but do you like the smell of a stripper on your way home to your wife?
Last time we went to a strip club, it was
The smell different?
it was uncomfortable for your boy. Let's see. I was like,
Don't worry, you'll have a great time in 2 weeks.
how old was I?
74.
It's been a long time since I went to a strip club, and the last time I went there, everybody looked so incredibly young. It made me feel kind of gross. It skeeved me out. The one we went to, there was what? Secrets.
The best one, the best strip club
Now,
we got.
You're making me think of this meme that I saw yesterday. Where it's like a younger woman, and she has like an old man nestling in her neck, like next to her on bed, like spooning. And it says, "When back to school's coming up, and your kids need school supplies."
Well, we attended another one that on that same evening that was down here in a class, much classy establishment.
And I kind of felt more
What's the name?
comfortable.
Tiffany's, right?
Or Ambers or
Christie's.
Christie's.
Oh, okay.
Ponderosas, one of those. But I remember seeing now those chicks were extra young and not as developed as the place we went later.
Whereas, yeah. So the place we
And I seen butthole at that place, and I was not comfortable with that.
You
Like
told me you used to never get butthole, and we were curious about it.
that butthole twice in one night.
Indeed, butthole happens, and
That's not. I don't remember that ever being a thing until that night.
So that's
but then like so I
that's
asked
a bonus
I
instead
asked
of a regular feature.
That is not a bonus.
So then I asked my white friends and my white passing friends, and they like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. I'm like, what? It was a stunning development.
Yeah, that was
Stunning development.
breaking news. You can now see, but I was just like,
So it's a racial thing.
I don't know
if
if
it's
to
a
be
racial
that,
thing.
but it seems that maybe that is served up more often if you are of the lighter shade. Seems. I have no proof.
Man,
there's
an all blank matters that can go along with this. And I just can't get it.
I have been a man who has been to enough where I was just like, wait a minute. Just like when, okay, how many times you been to Popeyes?
A lot.
How many times you got Cajun Sparkle?
Never.
All right. Perfect example.
What's Cajun Sparkle? Go on.
Cajun Sparkle is this little, it look like a little sugar pack. It's pink, red, and blue. And it say Cajun Sparkle on it. It's incredible. You put it on your mashed potatoes, your red beans and rice. And it is incredible. It's a little flavor package. Not every Popeyes has Cajun Sparkle.
Huh.
And I once got in an argument with a manager at a Popeyes, like, can I have some Cajun Sparkle? He said 25 cents. I said no. I said I'm asking for some. I didn't ask for extra, so you got to give me some Cajun Sparkle. And he's like, you got me there. He actually said you got me there.
So butthole's Cajun Sparkle?
Buttholes are the Cajun Sparkle of strip clubs.
I'm not saying you got to ask for it. I'm just saying.
But to get extra, it might cost you a couple of dollars.
I'm just saying, like, I guess it's the adverse effect. Like, I have been to enough strip clubs to be like, I've never seen that before.
I don't know. How do you pull?
Maybe once on accident, but we both was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I've never seen butthole at a strip club.
How do you ask for that without it being awkward?
Well, Cajun Sparkle or butthole?
Why don't you ask for Cajun Sparkle? Let's see what it gets you.
Can I get some Cajun Sparkle?
Hey, girl, let me get some of that Cajun Sparkle. That should become the code word. It's part of the show title.
I don't plan on ever going to one again, so I don't.
Behold, Cajun Sparkle.
I'll let it happen organically if I ever go. Again, I have
Speaking of organic, that does go because you're allowed to have a certain amount of poop in organic stuff. It's true. You can look it up.
No, it's a certain amount of bugs in food and everything else. Yeah. Food is gross. And so it is what it seems.
Buttholes can be too.
Can be. You know, it can also be the Cajun Sparkle of your night, so don't take advantage.
That was spicy. I swear, when I was walking up the hill this morning on my way to work, I was like, we're not going to talk about sex and stuff today. I'm going to think of something great to talk about. We just talked about
Who knew HBO was going to, like, break our childhood memories?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't watch any
It's
of
like-
that shit.
He played yourself.
No, he didn't play himself.
It's like, I don't-
he was already.
He was on the internet already. He was beyond. He was so well beyond us.
We were just like watching Pinocchio, and
That
this
was-
motherfucker got on Tron glasses like.
I didn't have HBO.
Neither did I. But
You had everything. You had HBO. It was called Google and shit already.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I never, like, was like, oh, I gotta seek this show out, because quick internet search and they're already naked. And
It's-
they're not talking.
and I know it does.
No talking.
I know it, but this is how it feels to us. We're grown-ups now. Toys R Us, it's not a store for us anymore, but
It's not a store at all anymore.
Yeah,
it was this in Canada.
it was sad that it closed.
Is there one in Toronto?
It was sad that it closed because it was part of our childhood.
Yeah.
Thus with HBO. I don't have HBO anymore, and I don't.
Your analogy doesn't really fit me, because I went to Toys R Us every, like, 2 months, and I was always buying shit for myself.
He said we.
I went to Toys R Us quite a lot because the Toys R Us had a Babies R Us in there, and one of the nicest room to change diapers in.
All right, I need a better analogy now. Damn it.
Cajun Sparkle.
It's hard to follow
Hit me with
Cajun
that Cajun
Sparkle.
Sparkle, baby.
It's hard to follow
Hit me
Cajun
2
Sparkle.
times.
Make sure they spice.
Give me 2 spank. I might even have some Cajun Sparkle in my wallet. I used to carry some like a condom.
Are you talking about the analogy now or the literal Cajun Sparkle?
Like literal Cajun
That'd be
Sparkle.
weird.
Yeah, we have a few.
Okay, so no, it's like a piece of our childhood. Is like, yeah, that was significant when we didn't have the internet to just go to. We made do with what we had, and
You make it seem like you're like Amish or something, or going down the Oregon Trail. Like we made do when the axle broke on the wagon and blew the ox just wasn't pulling the way she used to.
back in our day, if you wanted to jerk off, you had to go you had to walk up a hill both ways with your dick in your hand.
And you had to tell people you're possessed.
Oddly enough, Toys R Us Canada seems to be thriving. They just come out of there 8 months of bankruptcy and are doing the damn thing.
Because probably people think they're selling sex dolls there.
It better be.
Not that
While
kind of
else am I gonna
toys,
go?
people. I'd like to see your dolls. Okay, we got Barbie. We got.
See if you can do it. See if you can do it.
Damn it! I have 2 girls. Why don't I
Bratz.
know this off the top of my head?
Bratz.
We have Barbie. We have Bratz. We have Cabbage Patch. No, I want the real dolls. Well, these are. Sir, leave the store.
I want to see your Polly Pockets.
Oh my goodness, Cajun Sparkle. Well, I'm quite interested.
Next time I go to Popeyes, I'll bring you some. I'll see if I can get some packets.
See, yeah, I've been to Popeyes. I enjoyed Popeyes. I didn't know that Cajun Sparkle was a thing.
Yeah, it was funny. I went to Popeyes like maybe a month ago when I went to my mother's house, and we talked about Cajun Sparkle because she didn't know what it was.
See, why did I Google everything else that we talked about? And there's a show art.
No, it's not.
And, I didn't look up Cajun Sparkle. Not that I don't believe you. I want to know what I got to do to get Cajun Sparkle.
Just ask for it.
Oh, there's a recipe online.
Yeah, that's usually what people do on Pinterest. Try to ruin Cajun Sparkle for everybody else by, you can make your own Cajun Sparkle. No, I just want 5 packets when I go to Popeyes.
Your kid came home from school and said the teacher made fun of him for getting the question wrong. What would be your response in that situation?
That teacher and me would have some words.
It depends on, was it funny? Did you actually laugh at it? Was it,
Did it really happen and the kid's just being overly sensitive?
What?
Like, maybe the teacher wasn't making fun of them, but maybe they were, like, self-conscious about the fact they got something wrong, that they misinterpreted the situation.
Well, as a parent, I'm going to have to take the kid's word for it, and I have to go investigate the matter. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking. My friend Carrie seems to be going through that, and I just happened to notice it, and I was like, is that a murder in the film? Okay, so
they shouldn't have been calling that kid Stuttering Stanley.
I recently
the teacher that.
I recently listened to a podcast called Laser Time, and they have a podcast, and they had an episode about middle school and how fucked up their middle school experiences were, and how much trauma they carry still from that, and how as parents, for the one gentleman, as a parent, he is consistently he feels his children's entire school experience, he has been on edge and ready to fucking pop at any moment thinking he needs to, defend his kid because that's how bad his school experience was.
You know what?
I have found myself to be in a similar situation. I'm always sitting there like ready to go. I'm ready to show up if I need to. I have yet to, and he something happened and it made him think about it. And the way he said it, I was like, I can't be just. People are better now. I'm not saying they're all the way up, but in a lot of situations, people are better than they were when we were in school, and children behave better and they have a better sense of things because they were raised by people, hopefully who went through it and like don't want them to go through it or don't, whatever. You know what I mean?
I can see that, but I think teachers are probably bigger trolls than they ever been.
You think?
Probably so. I mean, that's a troll's nature.
To teach?
You have to teach.
But
Those who can't troll teach.
to live under a bridge cause trouble. Well, I don't know if I have to investigate. That just is what.
What happens if the kid comes in the class and they've got on some funky shoes, and the teacher goes, "Hey, what are those? Are they making fun of the kid, or are they asking because they're concerned for the child's home life?"
I think I'd be like, don't do that. That's what it is. Teachers can't be really all that kind of like jokey because it can take time.
They didn't over enunciate the words "what are those," and they didn't point at the shoes with an open-handed point. They just went, "Kathy, what are those?"
Hey, like I said, it becomes one of those situations where it's like I feel like teachers are, and hopefully they teach teachers this, like you got to play at this level. I remember one time a teacher tried to get in my ass at school once, and for whatever reason, it's 8th grade, and I remember I walked up to him like, "What?" And he was like, "I wish you would walk on me, you little mama's boy. What you gonna do?"
Mama's boy.
Yeah, he really thought he had me by the gun. He realized I was and am a mama's boy, and my mom was up there the next day and had some words to that little motherfucker. It's like, dude, don't approach me like that. It gets relatively easy here because she will approach you like that. And you're going to see what a mama can do.
We had a teacher.
See what mama can do for you.
We had a teacher who used to, like, when he gives the lecture, maybe this is well-meaning and everything, but he had this lecture, and part of the lecture would be like, "I know your daddy, and he wouldn't like you doing such and such." Problem is, he used it a little too often, used it on a guy who never knew his dad. And he said, "I know your daddy," and he would blah, 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 blah. And he's like, "You do? Well, can you introduce me?"
Oh, wow.
But he thought the kid was joking.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you think you're funny, blah, blah, blah." And it's like, no, I don't know my dad, man. Because it was a suburban school, and he probably thought that shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's racist, but he did have a red-haired mustache, and you see there's a lot of racist.
Yeah. Telling me racists oftentimes are ginger stashed?
Have you met an open-minded, liberal, ginger-stashed man before?
Damn.
Is it curly?
You're not,
curly, then
but you're not
absolutely.
stashed. You have a full
I hate
beard, sir.
mustaches.
See, there you go.
Hey, my 3-year-old's got a stash coming in. And he's so excited about it. That's all he talks about is his mustache.
I would say he's more auburn than I'd say that
Depends on what kind
Lunchbox
of
more
light we're in.
auburn than red, than ginger.
I figured that teacher hopefully learned a lesson. And like doesn't do bandying that about as often any longer. Because I don't know. It's been a while since she's been in school. I'm gonna go. That man might be dead. Don't know. So I don't want to sue.
He was the cool hip teacher. He's still alive.
Yes. Did you guys see Black Panther? I know your daddy, and he would have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So-
Wakanda forever.
So to piggyback on that statement, I did a fantasy football draft with a bunch of friends on Sunday, and one of the friends in the league is a black guy. I haven't seen him in a bit because he's like recently married, and they're on their second child now and everything, and so he's been preoccupied. But I see pictures on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. He works out a lot now, and he's got the same hairstyle that Killmonger had at the beginning of the movie with that like ponytail swoosh thing. So he walks into the restaurant we were doing the draft at, and I yell, "Is this your king?" And then he walks up to me, we dap and everything, and I'm just like, "Oh, buddy," I'm like, so I started talking about Black Panther, and I was just like, halfway through the conversation, I was like, "Ah, shit," I'm like, "Is this racist because like the first thing I talk to you about is Black Panther and you're black, you're the only black man in the group?" He's like, "No, it's cool, man." I was like, All right, cool. Because like the second time I watched the movie, I didn't really care for it as much as I did the first time.
Oh my
Now
god!
that is
I like-
racist.
Well, I didn't enjoy it the second time because my kids were making too much noise in the background and ruining it for me. That's why I'm glad I went to the theaters the first time.
It's only so much Black Panther you can get in, man.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie. I'll accept nothing beneath that. I watched Deadpool.
Okay.
Deadpool 2?
Saturday. Yeah, Deadpool 2, forgive me. And was I very much enjoyed that movie.
Okay, I have to
If you-
check it out.
Cable's in it?
Well, yes, no doubt. But if you fuck with the Deadpool comics at all, it has a lot of good jokes that pass you, that go back to that. If you, rather yet, if you know comics relatively well, it's got a lot of gags that just that reference back to the comic book, which the other I feel like the Marvel movies they don't do so out there. They do it.
They do,
But
what
you
they
have to
call
like
Easter eggs.
Yeah. Whereas this was just straight up like calling out Rob Liefeld, and that made me just laugh. I was like, that is a great joke.
Yeah. They did. I mean, Marvel does some small stuff. Like, remember Thor Ragnarok? Like, one of the statues was supposed to be Beta Ray Bill, and that's
Yeah.
a real obscure reference.
Yeah, because nobody fucking knows about that. The horse Thor. Is he a horse?
Yeah.
He's a horseman.
Okay. Like he's BoJack Bill. But yeah, you're right. See, but that's a humble ass
Yeah,
thought.
because,
Whereas on Deadpool's constantly about breaking the fourth wall, so they just straight up call it, which probably pisses off some comic fans. But it touched my heart, and made me chuckle. So
I'll have to see it, judge for myself.
yeah, you gotta access
Cable has
something.
like the most convoluted origin story I ever heard. Like,
I had to
I'm a
explain-
comic book fan here, and even I'm like, gosh, damn, that's a mess.
I had to explain to Vanessa how Cable is the son of Cyclops and the clone
Here we go.
of Jean Grey. What the fuck was her name?
Madeline Pryor.
Madeline Pryor.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Embarrassed that I know that.
So here's the thing. That's another thing I did notice in that movie. The school they were at was Essex House, which Essex House is Mr. Sinister's house. You know what I'm saying? Where he was doing all his crazy. Remember Mr. Sinister?
Yeah.
Yes.
White and had a little dye in his head, and I was like,
Nathaniel Essex was his name.
Oh shit! So when I saw that, I was like, "Yo, if y'all gonna give me Mr. Sinister at some point, that'd be pretty fucking dope."
He's supposed to be, isn't he supposed to be the bad guy in the next XMen movie? You don't give a fuck. Oh, there's no next X-Men movie. They're done. Never mind.
They're done?
Well, they're not done, but they're going to start all over again when they got Marvel, right?
Yeah, that's probably gonna be a full universe reboot on that.
I hope you weren't looking forward to getting to your topic because I got to go.
Oh,
His topic was in general. We was talking about
no, I didn't
real
have.
sex.
I didn't
So,
have anything.
Oh, we all to the good. So yeah, go
What
watch
are
Black Panther and Deadpool 2. Both worth your viewing experience, in my opinion. Go see if you can find Hookers on the Point on YouTube. If I can, I will give you a link in the show notes.
I do like that spoken word in that show.
I enjoyed both those because he did two of those, right?
Yeah.
About hookers at Huts Point in Long Island, New York, which no longer has hookers, and if I'm not mistaken, is a very gentrified area now. I wonder where the hookers are now. Like literally, where do you hook at in that situation?
Hookers at the Valley. I don't know. And I would like to rewatch Real Sex without the intent of finding jerk-off material because, like, I think I would pay attention more.
He watches it for the articles.
Dick in hand, just like I said, just waiting to go to town on yourself.
And then you're skipping like the like, oh, I don't want to see 80-year-olds naked. Ugh. You couldn't skip.
Oh my God, that is the real ODP. That is Lunchbox 2099. This is my man Tatum
Don't tell him my
216. I am Tayrell 713. You've just been podcasting. I know you loved it. Peace.
Wait,
See you later.
I'm working on this. Breaking news: by the time this podcast comes out, Trump will find a way that he will think best suits a honoring John McCain. He will cancel Martin Luther King Day and bomb Iran.
And kids today will never know.
2 for 1 burn.
281-330-8004.